Going to 3. And the final one. You ready?
Yeah.
I am Daniel Heron.
I'm Tyler A. Bear.
And we welcome you to episode 372 of the official podcast for WrestlingNewsSource.com. For all of your information, go to WrestlingNewsSource.com. Check us out on Facebook, WrestlingNewsSource.com. You can find us on Facebook, WNS Podcast, on YouTube, WNS Video, and on iTunes by searching Wrestling News Source Podcast.
And guess what?
What?
We're on Stitcher.
We are?
We're on Beyond Pod.
That we are.
Player.fm.
Hell yeah.
And the Satchel.
Yes.
Just search Wrestling News Source Podcast.
You can also follow us on Twitter at WNS Podcast. You can follow me on Twitter at WNS_Daniel. You can follow Tyler at Tyler_A-Bear. So welcome to the show. We have got this week. We've got NXT Takeover to cover, Money in the Bank, Raw, Smackdown, lots of hot topics on the way as well. And as we've been doing for the past couple months, we were doing these shows now live on Facebook and YouTube. So if you happen to be watching us, whether it be on our podcast page, WNS Podcast, or on the main page, WrestlingNewsSource.com, like Jason. Hello, Jason. Welcome.
What's up, Jason?
Feel free to comment. Let us know that you're listening. And if you have or comments, we'll try to address it during the show. So yeah, Tyler, how you doing?
Aight.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You hanging in there?
I'm hanging.
Not much longer till baby A-Bear arrives.
Yes.
You getting psyched? You getting nervous?
Nervous.
Yeah?
That's for sure.
I'm sure you'll do great. You'll be a good papa.
First time dad.
First time dad.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That should be entertaining.
Yeah.
So so cool stuff. Do you have a good weekend?
Yeah.
Not too bad. Did you relax? The
The
calm before the storm of the baby coming?
I think I had to do some stuff.
Oh,
I'm trying to remember.
that's cool. As we welcome some of our viewers. Hello, Dusty. Hello, Timothy, who's saying he's a first-time viewer. So welcome to the show. Please keep in mind that our opinions might differ from yours, but what's up, Ryan? We hope that you stick around regardless. And like I said, we've got lots to talk about. So let's dive on into it. NXT Takeover Chicago 2. We'll kick things off with that. I saw a lot of people commenting on our podcast page. I was asking, what was your favorite matchup of the night? I saw a lot of people saying Ricochet.
I like Ricochet too.
Ricochet, yeah. That's the female version of Ricochet and Ricochet. A lot of people were saying Ricochet and Velveteen Dream was probably their favorite match of the night.
Velveteen Dream.
This will probably be the unpopular opinion, but for me, it was not my favorite match. I don't know what it was. It just did not really connect with me. I'm not trying to say it was a bad match by any means. It was a very good match. But as far as the 5 matches in the takeover, that was probably my third favorite match. Just to rank it, I would say my favorite one was Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano. The second one was the Undisputed Era versus Oney Larkin and Danny Burch. Third was Ricochet, Velveteen Dream. Fourth was Aleister Black and Lars Sullivan. And rounding out. And this isn't like best to worst because there was not a worst match. They were all really good matches, but as far as my favorites, the final one was Shayna Baszler and Nikki Cross. So yeah, so we'll go in and talk about the matches. We kick things off with Undisputed Era and Oney Larkin Undisputed Era versus Oney Larkin and Danny Burch.
Holy crap, they beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah, this match was hard-hitting, fast action, and I loved every second of it.
I know the Undisputed Era won, but I wouldn't be disappointed if Oney and Danny won. It was just a good match.
Yeah, this was definitely I guess maybe an introduction match to the NXT crowd. I'll be honest, I haven't watched too much NXT, so I don't know how much of the crowd really know about Oney Larkin and Danny Burch.
No, they know.
But as far as like solidifying them as an established team, I think this was a shining moment for these guys. I can't say enough good things about the matchup. The counters, the submissions into counters, into another submission. It was just, this matchup was a throwback to the wrestling that I really love watching. And I loved every second of it. And I would gladly watch this matchup 3, 4, maybe 5 more times.
This would be a weird thing to say. So, like, these guys are awesome, but like, how much you want to bet, like, later on in the future, they're going to go into the main roster and they won't be doing shit like this?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, take a look at teams like the Revival, the Authors of Pain, who are known for some of the matches that they've put on in NXT, then they get up to the main roster and fizzle out. They're just not treated the same. So hopefully things will go well for them in the future. But as far as this matchup, man, they the holy hell out of one another. And I enjoyed every second of it. So if you didn't get to check this match out, make sure you do, because it is worth watching. But like we said, Undisputed Era does get the job done, retaining their tag team championships, which come to find out wouldn't last very long. I don't know if you got the notification from the WWE app.
I did not. I don't get notifications from the app.
You might want to check
maybe
and see.
I need to turn it on or something.
Because I got a notification saying that the Undisputed Era have lost their tag team titles to Mustache Mountain. So
I think that works out. They're good, and also when they're just establishing the NXT UK brand.
And that was one of the big announcements that's occurred over the past week. From last we've seen you guys. Triple H they've been filming the UK tournament for the United Kingdom Championship, and Triple H came out and announced, saying that there's not only going to be a new brand, it's going to be the NXT UK brand, but there's also going to be a women's division with a women's championship title and the tag team titles. So it's going to be very expansive, I guess you could say. So it's going to be something to really look forward to. And I think it's great. I think it's, a lot of people might say, well, this is too much wrestling, but this could be one of those chances for you to kind of pick your own poison. Some people want to watch Cruiserweight, so you have 205 Live for that. So some people want to watch the up and comers, so you can watch NXT, or you can watch the NXT UK.
There's a shitload of stuff. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a lot, and I don't think it would be realistic for us to say, well, we're gonna watch all of it and get back to you, and because that's way too much. I mean, heck, Lucha Underground has started up, and I haven't even gotten to watch it yet. I haven't watched Impact in months, so mostly been keeping it to Raw, SmackDown, and then whatever pay-per-views happen to be coming up. So, but I mean, it's big news for the UK, because they're getting their own show with their own
they're
talent.
Only going to be in the UK. Maybe tour of America.
Yeah, more details to follow on that.
And also, I would think at some point in some time they would switch some people onto, like, hey, you're NXT,
some will come to the
UK, switch for a little bit and do whatever.
Yeah, and some of them will probably come over to 205 Live, or maybe pop up on the main roster or something like that. So we'll see. But I think that's great news. It gives more people jobs, and that's all you can really ask for.
WWE, give me a job.
Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad. Let's see. After that, we got to see Ricochet versus Velveteen Dream. Ricochet. Going up against Velveteen Dream. Got to give props to Velveteen Dream for the Hulk Hogan inspired, also the Prince Puma inspired outfit. So, what do you think about the matchup itself? Because like I said, a lot of people were saying this was their favorite match of the night. For me, it just didn't connect with me. But
it connected with me and the story they've been telling and stuff. So it's like, pretty much, Velveteen Dream is, I don't know if he's jealous. He may be jealous to a little extent, but he
he just
pretty
knows
much
that he's better.
He knows that he's better, but everyone's cheering and really going gaga over Ricochet. Like, hey, I could do anything you could do, but better and butter. So it was just showing him that he could be better than him.
Yeah, and they did have some one-upsmanship. I'm gonna use your own move against you, and I do appreciate that. But as far as the rest of it, it kind of felt like a traditional Ricochet match, and I don't know, it just didn't wow me, I guess. But like I said, that's not to take anything away from it, because it was an entertaining matchup. It was a very good match. So, but Ricochet ended up getting the victory. I saw where some people were actually kind of surprised. They were kind of expecting Velveteen to get the victory. What the crazy thing is? You know, we were talking last week about how crazy it is that Lars Sullivan is your age. Velveteen Dream is like 23 years old.
Yeah.
And
he's bigger than me.
Well, you just got to work out. We just got to hit the gym a little more. We got to build up. We got to build up those pythons, brother.
I got nothing.
I got nothing either. Maybe one day.
I used to work out,
but not right now.
Shit.
Heck, I'm even working out and I still have nothing.
It takes time.
It does. So after that, we got to see Shayna Baszler going up against Nikki Cross, NXT Women's Championship on the line. Yeah, it was. I like this. The fact that Nikki Cross didn't tap out. She was like, okay, I'm just gonna. I can't get out of this, so I'm just gonna happily pass out.
That she did. Yeah.
Good night. So Shayna Baszler ends up retaining the championship on there. But was there anything other than that too memorable about the matchup? Anything that really stuck out to you?
I think the only thing that stuck out was the character of Nikki Cross, craziness and
yeah. Let's see. Lars Sullivan going up against Aleister Black, NXT Championship on the line. How do you think he did?
Lars?
Yeah.
I think he did pretty good.
Yeah.
I think you were iffy about this match.
I was
talking about it.
Yeah.
How did it turn out for you?
It was fine. Nothing really stood out too much. Nothing wowed me. But I'm glad that Aleister retained. So I'm curious as to who his next opponent's going to be. But Aleister Black ended up retaining. So good on him.
I don't know what match it was. No. It was before this match. Or maybe afterwards. They showed Keith Lee in the audience.
Yes.
And also EC3, but Keith Lee.
Keith Lee. So it looks like he is NXT bound. And
which is awesome.
Yeah.
One of the nights, I don't know if it was the first night. First night of, there's 2 nights of Chris Hero.
His farewell
tour. So the first night he fought
at Evolve.
Keith Lee. Man.
If you are unaware of who Keith Lee is, you need to start doing some research now. This is a big dude, very strong, took Chris Hero to his absolute limit. They ended up breaking 2 of the ring ropes in the matchup that we saw them compete in at Evolve. And this is a big, not necessarily because of size, but this is a big addition to NXT. So be on the lookout for Keith Lee. He is going to be a big name in the WWE world.
And they're snatching up people.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been snatching up people, but you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. But that takes us into the main event of the evening, the Chicago Street Fight. And see, this is why I say that this is the match of the night, because this went on absolute last. Like, they knew this was going to be the main event. So Tommaso Ciampa versus Johnny Gargano in a Chicago Street Fight. Oh my God, this match was great. I enjoyed the living hell out of this matchup. They beat the holy hell out of each other. The fact that Johnny Gargano pretty much snapped.
Yeah.
I mean, they went to any lengths to put away the other opponent.
I think these guys have like awesome chemistry, and like I said, they just beat the shit out of each other, and it's just highly like entertaining, and I can watch that over and over and over.
Yeah, and I'm probably going to watch it over and over. I'm curious if they're going to do a third match where it's either going to be like an I Quit, loser leaves NXT, something along those lines, because Gargano has 1 win, Ciampa has 1 win. So I feel like you have to have the rubber match to declare the winner. I wouldn't say that it's match of the year. I'd probably say their first match was match of the year contender. But this was an outstanding and stellar matchup. Just the whole storytelling for these 2 men over the past year has been better than anything else that WWE, Raw or SmackDown have put on in quite some time. So for them to have this kind of focus, this kind of emotion behind it, this kind of power whenever they go into the ring and put on this kind of match, you feel the emotion. The fact that you've got the crowd dropping F-bombs to Ciampa. I don't know if you saw that one part where the fan was screaming, "You're the devil, Ciampa!
Yes.
You're the devil!" Like,
shout out to that guy.
Yeah, I mean, we got to interview Tommaso Ciampa back in like 2011, somewhere around there, and he was talking about how he was honored that he got a crowd to riot many years ago, and how he called, I think it was Al Snow, someone like that. He called someone, and go back, and if you happen to go to our YouTube channel, WNS Video, you can see our past interview with him, and he tells the story about how he almost incited a riot inside of the wrestling venue that he was performing at. So he got to call someone and brag about it. So the fact that he's able to drive that kind of emotion out of fans, the fact that this story is driving this kind of emotion out of the fans, that just tells you that it's working. And it's, I want, you see matches where they say fight forever. This is one of those feuds that I'm like, yeah, keep going, because I'm not done with it yet. They're not done with it yet. The fans aren't ready to see this one end. This could end up being one of those long time feuds that will be remembered for a long time. So God,
hell yeah, go watch it. Go watch this whole NXT Chicago 2 takeover.
Let us know if I'm wrong in my Ricochet and Velveteen Dream assumptions, but it's not for everybody. That's fine.
Shout out to WrestlingNewsSource.com.
Yeah.
What's up?
All the way in California. So that takes us into Money in the Bank. We kick things off. Daniel Bryan going up against Big Cass. And it's funny now.
Yes.
I was curious as to why they gave him the win, but now
why.
Stories tell another thing. Like, well, see, I don't know. We don't know full details on what happened. Hey, thanks. So Daniel Bryan, does what he does, makes Big Cass look great in the match, makes himself look like $1 million, and ends up getting the victory via submission. So Daniel Bryan is victorious. But we come to find out that on Tuesday, Big Cass was actually released from WWE,
which we'll find out more. Coming up. I mean, there's speculation. There's certain we will see.
Yeah.
You didn't get we wish you best in your future endeavors.
Yeah, that's one of the weird things that normally they'd say, "Oh, we have come to terms with such and such in your release. We wish him the best of luck in his future endeavors." Nope, he was straight up fired. They just said he's gone. So bye. So apparently, at least what the rumor that's going around right now is that he, I guess, had a bad attitude and rubbed someone the wrong way, and they called a meeting and told him, "Hey, you're out of here."
Different things, like on one of the tours that they had, he was like drinking a lot and had a bad attitude. There was one about when he was having a feud with Daniel Bryan, and there's a guy dressed up as Daniel Bryan, and he kicked him. And then he punched him a few times.
Yeah, he wasn't supposed to punch him.
We don't know if this is true. That's what they're saying.
That might have been one of the contributing factors, but we don't know. But be on the lookout for more details. Make sure you check out.
Imagine that you get ready to do a show and calls people like, "Hey, you're fired."
Yeah. Hey, you don't have to worry about doing tonight's show or next week's or any show after that. But yeah, so Big Cass is officially gone from WWE, which I saw a comment that made me chuckle. It was like, if you would have told me, 3 or 4 years ago that out of Enzo, Big Cass, and Carmella, that Carmella was going to be the only one left in the company.
A lot of people were like, "Hey, you should have left, Cass and Enzo together."
Well, that would have been fine for a short time, but once the
wears off,
police thing happened, where the suspected rape charges or whatever came out, that would have thrown a wrench into everything. So that would have,
I don't know, maybe he's fired. He can get with a company and start rapping or something. Big Cass.
Sig Bass, what's he doing in the Impact Zone? I don't know.
Sig Bass. Big Tim.
Big ass.
Big ass.
Yeah, because he likes to stand in front of the sea and raise his
big ass Cass.
Yeah. What? Big Cassidy.
Big Cassidy, I like that.
Yeah. Next matchup, we got to see Bobby Lashley going up against Sami Zayn. This was a short matchup. Don't.
Hey, what was that stuff I tagged you in on Facebook?
The Elite?
No. the what's it called? The card game with the Bobby Lashley, a super card tag team. Like, oh, Daniel Herron, he wants this Bobby Lashley Goliath card.
That is incorrect.
And then I was like, well, he needs it.
That is also incorrect.
And I said he loves Bobby Lashley.
That is inaccurate and false. Why do you do this?
Because it's funny.
Is it?
It's funny.
Is it?
Yep.
Do you find it humorous?
For me.
I'm glad you do, but whatever.
Hugh Morris.
It was yes. So it was a short matchup. Bobby Lashley ends up getting the victory. Supposedly, Sami Zayn is going to be taking some time off to recover from an injury. Now, what the injury is and the length of time that he's taking off is undisclosed at the moment. But don't be looking for him to be on TV for at least probably a week or two. Seth Rollins versus Elias, Intercontinental Championship. This one, now that we've seen Raw, kind of confuses me.
I'm going to tell you a lot of things confuse me.
Yeah.
On all this stuff.
Yeah.
This being one of them.
Yes.
With Seth Rollins and Elias. Like, I mean, why Elias is getting like good reactions.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, booing and all that stuff, but still,
he's getting the reactions.
Yeah. And then you don't drop the title to him, but then you drop the title to Ziggler, which they haven't had anything going lately.
Well, they're trying to
begin. I guess they're trying to start their stuff.
Yeah. Here's the issue that I have. And we talked about this last week. This was a chance to establish Elias as a new star. I mean, he's already getting himself well established. But, you know, the Intercontinental Championship for years, at least in the 90s, 80s, whenever.
60s.
Nah, maybe not that far back.
Okay.
But for years, the Intercontinental Championship is a way of saying, hey, this is gonna be your workhorse. This is gonna be a guy who will one day be one of your top stars. You know,
that's their main title on Raw.
Technically, yeah, right now, because Brock Lesnar's nowhere to be seen. And we know that we're not going to see him at Extreme Rules in 4 weeks. So we're not going to see him at least SummerSlam, which I still think is
drop that BS. Title.
Yeah. So you have a chance to build a new star. And instead, you have Seth Rollins go over, which, fine. You know, he's a fighting champion and all that. But you have him lose the very next night to Dolph Ziggler, a man who's trying to be established in a tag team. Mm-hmm. Because that week, they cut a promo saying, we're going to take out every tag team in the division.
Well, plans change.
Plans do change. But this one makes not much sense. So you have a person that you can establish as a new star who's getting the reactions from the crowd that you're wanting.
Yes.
So rather than go with that person, you go with someone who is focusing in a tag team who, I don't know. I just don't get it.
Who knows?
Who?
I would just say it's weird.
Yes, it is very weird. But Seth Rollins ends up defeating Elias. Anything to take away from the matchup itself? Thought it was some pretty good action. Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Throughout the night, I found it funny that they were constantly flubbing on how to pronounce it. Like some of them were like money in the contract, money in the
money in the contract.
Yeah. So this was a fun matchup, and
no Becky Lynch winning.
No Becky Lynch. That's kind of a heartbreaker. I was rooting for her, but Alexa Bliss ends up.
Who'd you pick? Becky.
I picked Natalya. Because I was expecting someone.
Natalya.
I was expecting someone from Raw to win, which they did in this case. And then for the men's, I was expecting someone from SmackDown, which did not happen. What can you do? So let's see. So yeah, Alexa Bliss ends up winning Women's Money in the Bank, and she didn't hold on to it for too long. That was one of the shorter cash-ins.
Quickly, yes.
We got the bathroom break match. Roman Reigns going up against Jinder Mahal. The crowd could not care anymore about this matchup. They completely just pooed all over it. They were chanting.
That's disgusting.
Yes, they did. Dusty says money in a briefcase.
Yep.
Money in the contract. So Roman Reigns ends up defeating Jinder Mahal. No one really cares about the matchup. It doesn't do anybody any favors whatsoever. So whatever. Next up, SmackDown Women's Championship, Carmella versus Asuka.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really remember too much from it. The only thing I remember is one specific part.
The Chinless Wonder makes his triumphant return to WWE.
I hate to jump straight to that. I just don't remember.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot about it.
That's crazy that they just released that guy.
They did right before Mania, I think.
They brought him back
when it calls for it. I guess they.
How many times they're gonna do this?
Do what?
Like, I wonder how long. Okay, first of all, I wonder how long he's gonna be with them.
No, probably until they say, "All right, thanks."
Yeah, you done, kid.
Yeah,
we'll call you again when we need.
It's probably as needed kind of contract where it's just like, "Hey, we'll need you for the next 2 months, and then we'll see where you go from there."
My wife did not like that. She's like, "That guy again?" Oh man, she goes, "I know this is gonna sound bad, but what did she say?" She said, "Like, he's not a good-looking guy."
Oh.
No,
it's okay. She can say that. She's pregnant. She can say whatever she wants.
Okay, well, I don't know if she
gets away with
like that. She said something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah. So the big surprise was the return of James Ellsworth. And when we originally talked about it, it had been debunked because he was saying, "Oh no, I'm going to be wrestling over in China or Japan, somewhere around there." But a couple of days before the pay-per-view, the company that he was scheduled to appear for came out and released a statement saying, "Hey, sorry, James Ellsworth will not be appearing. You know, we find this kind of disrespectful because it's so close to the event."
There's one thing I don't know. So I don't know if he made up that belt, the intergender.
I think he did.
Champ. I don't know if he lost it to someone or he just says it's his and he just kept it and he just has it.
I don't know. I don't know the details.
Does anyone know?
Following it, but let us know. So Carmella, thanks to a distraction from James Ellsworth. And did you happen to notice he doesn't know how to wink?
No.
He went like this. Yeah.
Or both?
He couldn't wink. He blinked. He tried to make it look like a wink, but he blinked. Anyways, last man standing match, AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura. Talk about it.
Man. They also beat the heck out of each other.
Yeah. Slow to get started, which is to be expected. But once they got going, man. Whew.
Yeah.
Whew.
Do you think it's their best match?
It's probably one of
them.
One of their best, yeah. It was an enjoyable matchup.
I still don't understand why they have not dropped the belt to Shinsuke.
I don't know.
And guess what? They're gonna pass him up now.
Yep. Looks like he's going to be feuding with Jeff Hardy. Jeff Harvey.
Man, I do not understand that. I really thought they're going to drop the belt to him.
Did you hear one of the rumors as to why he's going to be AJ retained?
Why?
It's because he's going to be on the cover of WWE 2K19.
Okay.
It's like, well, he's going to be our champion. We need to have him. You know, if he's going to be on the cover of our game, we need to have him hold the belt.
Fair enough, I guess.
I don't know if I agree with that. That's kind of stupid.
That's kind of so if they were not doing that, Shinsuke would have won, I guess.
Again, it's all speculation and
shit stain Nakamura.
But yeah, AJ Styles ends up retaining. I did chuckle at the moment when Shinsuke did his, come on, and so AJ just said, "All right, I'm gonna give it to you." So he gives him a low blow kick. He's like, "All right, there you go."
Come on.
But yeah, I was really hoping that this would have been the time where they finally said, "All right, Shinsuke is gonna win it." But I did chuckle at his promo on SmackDown where he said, that match wasn't fair because the ref didn't count in Japanese, so that's not fair to me. But who knows? Maybe one day he'll get it. I mean, if you haven't given it to him by now, he's probably not going to get it.
Oh, don't be like that.
Well, not anytime soon, at least, as long as AJ Styles is champion.
Dude, I'm making a bold prediction right now.
Bold.
Wait, even though he's the cover star, I wonder if he's going to drop the belt. Now you got me thinking about it being the cover star.
Bold.
Huh. Because I was going to say, he's going to drop the Rusev.
Bold. You think so?
But now I don't know.
You think it's going to be Rusev Day every day as WWE champion?
Rusev wins. Rusev. He becomes the cover star. And then we can fight Rusev for $1 million, and you can win easily. Because, well, no, I don't. I wonder if he plays WWE 2K.
Maybe
he does stuff with up, down, down, but I don't know if he played the WWE 2K18.
Yeah. So while we're talking about the video game, I guess we'll jump ahead into video game talk a little bit. What were your thoughts when you saw that? Well, I guess I don't know if it really makes a difference on who's on the cover for you. Does that ever make a difference?
I mean, I'm gonna get no matter what, but I like seeing who's on there because for years, man, I was tired of seeing Brock Lesnar or Rock or John Cena,
Randy Orton. I did like that one year where they put the
Randy
alternate.
Orton wasn't on too many.
He was on 12, but that was WWE 12.
There's 12, and then CM Punk did one. Last year was Seth Rollins.
Mm-hmm.
Just roll your eyes.
No, I was trying to think of when he did it.
Which one?
CM Punk.
Not shit. I don't know.
I don't think he has.
No, he has.
Unless it was multiple people on there, and he just happened to be one of them.
Oh, he was the main on one of them.
Huh.
I remember it for sure.
I do not. I remember Daniel. I do not recall. So you're gonna be getting the game.
Yeah.
13. Oh yeah, it was. Okay, now I recall that. I remember that.
I will not be reserving it.
No. But what if they have like a super deluxe awesome version?
Okay.
For the pre.
So
I'm playing devil's advocate.
There's 2 games. Well, okay. By the way, I got another one I reserved because I traded. Okay, I traded in a game that I don't play anymore.
Better not be Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild because that's mine.
Yeah, I traded it. No.
No.
Monster Hunter. Sorry, I'm not Monster Hunter. I tried to get into it, so I sold it. And they said once you sell a game, they'll give you $5 to go towards another reserve.
Whoa!
So I put on Kingdom Hearts.
Whoa!
So I got Kingdom Hearts reserved.
Whoa!
And I got Let's Go Eevee Pokemon.
It's because you want the harder difficulty. Instead of
yes,
Let's Go
yes.
Pikachu.
Yes. Okay, a little backstory on that. So I went to go reserve that at GameStop, and I was talking to the guy. Well, I say the kid because he's younger than me.
The child.
I was like, so do you know any information on this game? He goes, yeah, well, this is how I feel. I think that Let's Go Pikachu is going to be like the easier one, and everyone's going to go towards the Pikachu, and then Eevee is going to be the underdog. And I'm like looking at this kid, I'm like, that's not what I asked. That's one about features, and you're just saying some stupid shit. What is going on here? He goes, yeah, grandmas are going to be coming in here trying to reserve Let's Go Pikachu, but they don't know that Let's Go Eevee is going to be the tougher one. I'm like, what the F are you talking about, kid?
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. But no, those are 2 games, and I'm about to have a kid, so I can.
You can only reserve so much.
I want Smash Brothers, but hey, guess what? Christmas is gonna be coming around, so I tell people I want WWE 2K19. I want Smash Brothers.
And instead of like money or clothes, you can be like, just give me a gift card to GameStop for your birthday.
Yeah,
birthday and Christmas, and there you go. Then you're all set.
Oh, and also, it was raining.
Yeah, raining and air conditioner.
Oh, and I want Spider-Man. Spider-Man's coming out. What, November?
Mm-hmm. Smash Bros. And I want Just Cause 4.
Oh, yeah.
Those are going to be fun games.
Oh, also, since we're talking about video games just a little bit, they did not announce WWE 2K19 for Switch. Yet.
Will we see it? What kind of improvements can they make on that game?
I guess since we're talking about, we could talk about the AJ Styles guy. He's the cover superstar. And then they're also doing the $1 million challenge.
Yeah.
I don't know the full details. So you have to win matches and stuff. And then you get a chance to...
There's going to be a special game mode that people can play. And once you get to a certain level, then you'll have to submit a video of you basically cutting a promo. And Dusty, you are correct. That was 2K13 or WWE 13.
Yeah.
But you cut a promo. They pick like 8 finalists. The finalists go in their tournament style. The winner of that tournament goes on to face AJ Styles. And if you beat AJ Styles, then you win the $1 million.
You probably won't get $1 million. You'll get after tax. You'll get less than $1 million.
Hey,
hey, it's still good though. Money's money, right?
Yeah, I'll take $500,000 or however much is from that. I don't care.
Give me $500,000 and can I hang with AJ Styles for a day?
Just give me $20 and let me hang out with AJ Styles for the day. I'll take that.
Yeah, let me hang out with him and his son.
if we're being honest with ourselves, what's the lowest amount that you'd take to hang out with AJ Styles?
Oh gosh.
So yeah, so be on the lookout for more details on that. I'm sure we'll give plenty of coverage on the game as we get closer. Let's see, next matchup, we're going to talk about Ronda Rousey, Nia Jax. I got to tell you, a lot of people were concerned about this matchup. I was not one of them.
It was pretty good.
I thought it was very good. Ronda came out looking great.
There was a few things I was worried about. What was it? Was the judo flip? No. Was there something
that was a tough move?
That was a tough move. But there was one thing that someone flipped and it almost looked like they hit their like head or something. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. I have to go back and watch it. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But no, she was pretty impressive. And
Dusty says he'll take free dinner to hang out with AJ Styles.
Heck yeah,
I wouldn't mind a free dinner.
I'm just gonna probably get ready to fly. I don't know.
Give me a 4 for $4 for Wendy's and tell me I'm gonna meet AJ Styles. Be like, all right, I'll buy it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ronda, she came out. She put every single critic that she had to rest because you can tell that she's put in the work. She's hitting the ropes.
She's a workhorse.
She's doing the crossbody from the top rope. I mean,
even that thing that like she was getting up and then she like wobbled back and then fell back through the ropes.
Yeah,
like I was like, what the hell is that?
She's selling, and that's like she's not overselling, she's not underselling. You know,
it's so funny if you think about because like with their promos and stuff and how she does like what we talked about last week.
So bad.
Yeah, but like she's doing great in the ring.
Yeah, even the spot that she took where Nia had her next to the barricade and flung her back and forth. Like, I'm sitting there going, this is Ronda Rousey. This is like, she's going into the UFC Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah.
And she's getting tossed around like a rag doll by Nia Jax.
I don't know. Like, there was a lot of good stuff. I mean, there's things I like, but in my opinion, this is the match I liked the most this whole night. This.
And like, it's crazy because you see some of the other female competitors on Raw and SmackDown, and they're not working. They're not working. I'm gonna say it. They're not working as hard.
You out.
I am gonna call them out. They're not working as hard as Ronda Rousey did in this match. She did a phenomenal job. Her facial expressions were great. Her body language is great.
Everything she did. I love
her
that
workhorse mentality was awesome.
I liked when Nia had her in the bear hug and she was trying to get out and stuff. Yeah, because a lot of people, they would do certain things and like, they just, kind of like submit to it or not really submit, but they're in there and just screaming. But no, she's like fighting it off. And it's really cool.
So, I mean, you have to give Ronda a lot of praise on that. You could tell that she's put in the work. She's taking this seriously. And, she's a big name draw and she's not letting that go to her head.
They're waiting, I guess, for a certain time for her to have the belt and stuff, because there's a lot of things like, I wonder when she's going to get it. And also at some point, who's going to defeat her? You know what I mean? Yeah. That's a big thing to defeat her.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be like Asuka all over again. Rumor from what I heard is that Ronda Rousey is going to face Charlotte at WrestleMania. And that's going to be the first match that headlines, the first female match that headlines a WrestleMania.
That will be amazing.
Yeah. So be on the lookout. Hopefully that happens this year. Or going into WrestleMania 35. But you have to give credit where credit is due. Both ladies put on a good show. I felt the DQ interference by Alexa Bliss was well done because one, it protects Ronda. She gets the win via disqualification, but it also protects her because people were like, oh well, she was supposed to win. Well, this gives her an out. Alexa Bliss cashes in on Nia Jax to become the new Raw Women's Champion. And we'll jump ahead a little bit because I thought that this segment was really good. On Raw, Alexa Bliss comes out to celebrate. She's interrupted by Kurt Angle, who's then interrupted by Ronda Rousey. And Rousey just goes to town, terrorizing Alexa Bliss. Kurt Angle tries to pull her off, and Ronda attacks Kurt Angle as well, basically saying, dude, you're supposed to be my friend. Why are you getting in the way of me? And ends up getting suspended for 30 days. Now, here's the interesting thing about that. The 30-day suspension occurred, and 28 days from that point was Extreme Rules.
Oh, okay.
So she'll be back in time once that suspension is over
to kick ass.
So it gives her a way to not be on the card for Extreme Rules. I'm sure they'll talk about it, due to the suspension, she's not going to be able to appear at Extreme Rules, blah, blah, blah. But that'll give her a chance to gear up and get ready for SummerSlam, which I'm sure they're going to make a big deal for that as well. So maybe she'll be the one to go up against Alexa Bliss saying, hey, I've been gone for 30 days, but I haven't forgotten you. We've got some unfinished business.
Your ass.
I'm going to beat the shit out of you.
Yeah. What are we looking at?
I don't know. But yeah, I thought this match was really well done. Good work from both ladies, and Nia Jax
quite,
ended up losing to Alexa Bliss, but it was a fine matchup. And that takes us into the main event of Money in the Bank. Braun Strowman ends up being your victor.
I mean, we thought he was going to be the one of the people who won it, but I didn't expect him to win it.
Yeah. Because they always gang up on the biggest guy, and that's exactly what they did. They buried him under the ladders, and he rose from the dead and
rose from the ashes, and he killed everyone.
Yeah, that spot that he did with Kevin Owens was a sick bump.
Yeah, it was.
The fact that he was like, "I told you not to get in my way," threw him off the ladder. It was a fun matchup. It was a fine matchup. But Braun Strowman ended up getting the win. We found out that Kofi Kingston was the member of New Day who was going to be participating in the matchup, not Big E, as many had speculated and as many as it had rumored to be. So,
you see earlier in that night when Kevin Owens went to go talk to the New Day?
Yeah,
that was quite hysterical. He came
bearing gifts,
pancakes, and maple syrup from Canada. Yeah, they didn't trust him at first, and they wanted to talk about strategy, and they're like, okay, well, come on back. And they're like, well, eat some pancakes with us. And he was like, well, I don't eat that stuff.
I'm a waffle kind of guy.
I like how they mentioned IHOB and all that stuff going on. And that was pretty funny. Yeah. They just told him to get out. Well, at first, like, okay, we'll come back. Stole the maple syrup from him and then told him to get out.
Yeah.
So that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Oh, one more thing. And also, like what Corey Graves says, he's like, I wouldn't trust, like, what did he say? He goes, that's typical New Day eating pancakes from a trash bag.
Yeah. Yeah. So here's a discussion I'd like to have is that it's okay. So we know that Alexa has already cashed in.
Okay.
So Braun Strowman now has the briefcase, the contract, whatever they want to word it. They're not going to call it a briefcase anymore. It's the contract, which is stupid. What is it inside? It's in a briefcase. Thank you. So is Braun going to be the type of person who waits until the champion is vulnerable to cash in, or is he going to go like the Rob Van Dam?
He seems like the dude who would just like, hey, I'm cashing in on this day.
Yeah. Like I really feel like, I mean, we now know what's going to happen with Extreme Rules. They're going to have a Extreme Rules match of some kind to declare a #1 contender. So I was really honestly expecting Braun Strowman to say, look, save your fighters. Don't even worry about it. Because come SummerSlam, I'm taking the title from Brock Lesnar. That's when I'm cashing it in. But it looks like
cashing us in, and Brock Lesnar is getting these hands.
Get these hands.
Those hands.
These are not ample hands to go up against Brock Lesnar. They are not. I'll admit that right now. So I mean, I feel that it's kind of sad that Braun Strowman needs the Money in the Bank to win the championship. Like, I feel like he should have won it on his own, but hey, if this means him getting a championship, I'm all for it.
Maybe we'll get a better match than last time.
I hope so. Yeah, I really hope so.
Accidentally strike him really hard, and let's see if Brock Lesnar hits you again.
Yeah. So that pretty much does it for Money in the Bank. We go into Raw, where we already talked about Alexa Bliss and Ronda Rousey. Their brawl that leads to Kurt Angle suspending Rousey.
I liked after she like attacked a Bliss.
Just one.
Kurt Angle. Didn't she like kick the referee in the gut?
Yeah, she
that
took
was
out
pretty
the
good.
referee and the officials, and the judo flip for Kurt Angle was done really well. So he ended up suspending her for 30 days, and she was like, "Well, fine, get out of my way." So we talked about Dolph Ziggler defeating Seth Rollins to become the new Intercontinental Champion. We saw a quick matchup, Bobby Roode defeating Kurt Hawkins. I mean,
they were like, "Oh no, you never know." Kurt Angle. Kurt
Angle. Yeah.
Kurt Hawkins could beat Bobby Roode and Kurt Angle. I don't know why.
So who? Okay, so eventually they're going to build up to where Kurt Hawkins does get a victory. It has to happen, right?
No,
it
doesn't have to happen.
So
we just lose the whole time.
I would not be okay with that. If that was my career, like, look, I understand that, you're trying to make a thing out of it, but you got to give me a win someday.
He had one job to win that match.
Yes.
So
his one job,
tacos.
Do you know what his one job is? 2. That's his job. 2 job. That is his job.
His job was to get those people in the front row tacos.
Couldn't even do that. Damn it.
And Baron Corbin ruined those fucking tacos.
Fuck Constable Corbin.
Yeah, Constable Corbin.
What do you think about him? What do you think about him wrestling in his
I think that was pretty good.
Attire?
And I like how Kevin Owens sucks up to him. Constable Corbin.
Yeah. We saw a segment, speaking of Kevin Owens, Braun Strowman came out to say, he's Monster in the Bank, blah, blah, blah. So Kevin Owens came out and he was like, "Oh, I shouldn't even be talking right now. And trust me, I don't want to come get those hands because I'm in no physical shape to be getting hands. But hey, let's help each other out. I use you for something, you use me for something, and we both be happy." And Braun Strowman was having none of it. Sasha Banks.
Finally, they can get this stuff rolling like completely and not like.
This should have been over by Money in the Bank.
Hey, I know that we are frustrated with each other and we can't get over it, but let's be friends for a little bit, and then
we have to go up against the Riot Squad. BFFs. Come on.
And it kind of was like the same thing though throughout this whole night. Like, okay, they fought, and then later on, and Bayley came up and trying to say some more stuff, and then I'm like, no, just be bitter enemies and don't talk to each other. Just like beat the heck out of each other. No.
Yep.
It's over. Let's get this stuff going.
Yeah. So let's talk about this storyline that took up way too much time on Raw. So they made up. Then they had a match with the Riot Squad. They lose. Sasha gets mad at Bayley, even though they had their little pep talk to be friends again. Then Sasha pretty much walks out. Backstage, they fight. Then later on, Bayley catches up to Sasha as Sasha gets in her car and just drives away. So she's basically saying, "I'm through with our friendship." Sasha is. That means
she told her to talk to the hand.
Talk to the hand, because face don't want to hear it anymore. I'm done with the friendship. Done with you, and I'm out of here. Done. Bye. So, are they finally going to have this matchup, or they can finally move on?
No. Well, eventually they're gonna talk again. And then they're going to fight. And then after that, later on, backstage, they're going to talk again and fight. And then they're going to have a match.
There's a feud.
Then after they're done with that match, then they're going to talk again and fight.
On, my friend.
Because that's what they do.
People started singing it, not knowing who it was.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Forever, just because.
Okay.
All right. So Bray Wyatt, Matt Hardy going up against Heath Slater and Rhino. But prior to the match, the B team could have.
How did Bo do acting like his brother Bray?
I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, you can hear them laugh. Not them, but like Byron.
Yeah,
just laughing.
Which I'm always skeptical on that. Like, is that forced laughter? Because they can easily turn their mics off. So the fact that they were
on certain things, when Corey was laughing hysterically when Titus slid under the ring.
Yeah, like that's genuine.
Yeah,
that's a genuine laughter. And, the fact that Michael Cole kind of had to play catch up and they showed the replay and he was like, "Oh my God, that really is fun." You can tell when it's genuine and when it's like, "Oh, we need to make it seem funny." But I mean, it was kind of funny, but
yeah,
whatever. But
he shouldn't have broke character.
Yeah.
He should have stayed as Bray, man.
Just go down. Just go down. Just go down. It's okay.
Yes.
But Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy end up defeating Heath Slater and Rhino. Nothing really to take away from that. Nope. Just like this next matchup. Next match. Jinder Mahal defeating Chad Gable. Big whoop.
That happened.
Yes, it did. Kurt Angle tried to make an announcement about the upcoming Extreme Rules, but he was interrupted by Roman Reigns, Bobby Lashley, and he said, "Well, you guys are in that main event at Extreme Rules, and there's going to be..."
That cracked me up.
There's going to be 4 others.
Well, you couldn't handle Roman. I mean, Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. Listen here, Roman. You couldn't handle Roman. I mean, you couldn't handle Brock.
I've been trying to get Brock Lesnar before you were even the big dog.
Yeah, you were just a pup. You were just a pup. Penis.
What?
I don't know. Puppies.
Oh, okay.
Puppies. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
I was like, I don't know what you're saying, man.
That's
whoa,
that is what I said.
Whoa. I thought eventually this was going to lead to Roman fighting Bobby.
Yeah, but it turns out to be the Revival. The Revival come out and say, "You guys get other opportunities after opportunities."
The whole time when the Revival comes out, I always go straight to the Elite. What they did.
What do the Elite think about the Revival?
They always say F the Revival.
F?
Well, I don't know if they say it now, but there's this whole promo of, I guess, when Cody was first, I guess, in New Japan or whatever, and he's doing his thing. Yeah, he points to the Revival. Whoa, Cody, that's not the line. Okay, let's redo it again.
Let's try that one more time, shall we?
The Revival.
Yeah, that one sounded much better. But wow. Yes, I see that.
Who did that?
I couldn't tell. That ends up being a tag match. Players, holla holla. Roman and Bobby end up defeating the Revival. Big surprise to not much of anybody. If you need, there's water in the fridge. So after that, we got to see another quick matchup because this builds stars. Mojo Rawley defeating No Way Jose. Nothing to take away from the matchup. Who really cares? Elias cut a promo via song and saying that he would like a match against Brock Lesnar. So that could possibly be a thing.
Oh, maybe. I don't know if that's going to be a thing or not because
probably not.
Where is Elias going now? Because everyone already moved on, and
he should have been the Intercontinental Champion.
Yes,
that's all I'm saying, because that would have given him something to do.
Yeah.
Because where is he going to go from here? Who's he going to feud with? No one. Okay. So that takes us into the main event of Raw. Kevin Owens and Baron Corbin. Constable Baron Corbin going up against Braun Strowman and Finn Balor. Kevin Owens kind of the worse for wear after his big fall from Money in the Bank. So Baron Corbin kind of having to do all the work. Ends up pinning Finn Balor to get the win. So,
yep.
All in all, that was about it. Because
Baron Corbin was not going to pin Braun Strowman.
He was not. So that takes us over to SmackDown Live, where we kick things off with Carmelo, who's having a celebration. Who's
Carmelo? That's what it sounded like.
Carmella?
Anthony Carmelo.
Anthony Carmelo? No. He was not there. But Carmella was there, and Mella is money. She was interrupted by what we thought was Asuka, but it turns out it was James Ellsworth. Oh my gosh.
Snap. They totally got me.
So this was not just a one-night thing. This wasn't a one-time deal. So it looks like
this is a 2-week deal.
Yeah, he's there for one more night at least. And basically said, hey, Carmella is indeed money. So there you go. Much to the chagrin of everyone out here. She is money.
Yep.
Then they were interrupted by the real Asuka, who was none too pleased that Ellsworth stole her attire.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, it is. You can't just walk around stealing people's wardrobes. The hell's wrong with you? We got to see the Iconics come out. See, this is one of the things I like about SmackDown is they put focus on their ladies. And you all right?
Sorry,
you good? You okay?
Yes.
Too much alcohol?
I really didn't drink that much. I was drinking some, and I'm like, I think I'm done.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I guess tonight's not the night where I drink too much. Yeah.
Hey, that's okay.
Maybe another time I'll drink more alcohol.
Yeah.
For tonight.
For all you lovely fans out there.
This is for you.
This is for you. This is gonna be a great episode. We're gonna be talking about wrestling.
WS podcast.
Drinking the drinks and then doing that.
That.
Yeah. Look at this cup. I forget what I get this from. I think this is from like WrestleMania 31.
I was gonna say you got like a lot of house shows.
Look at the size of Cena's head compared to everybody else. I'm sorry for all of our iTunes listeners and all that, but like
I can't see it.
Yeah, go on our Facebook page or the YouTube channel. But like Roman's head and John Cena's head, like Cena is ridiculously large compared to everybody else. But you
got big head, you got medium head, you got
no
small head. Yeah, you got no head.
Anyways, going back over to SmackDown, we got to see Becky Lynch going up against Billie Kay. Becky Lynch gets the victory via submission. Then we got to see a Jeff Hardy promo where he basically said, my eyes were closed, but now they're open, and I can see
I got makeup on.
I see you, Shinsuke. What do you think about this promo?
I think it was all right.
I thought it was really good. I'm glad that they did something.
I didn't know where they were going at first because I was like, okay, he's turned around. I was like, he's not talking weird, so he's not Brother Nero.
Brother Nero.
So maybe someday in the future, but not right now.
Yes. Bless you.
Obsolete. Delete.
This episode is falling off the rails.
Oh yeah, that's what tonight's.
That's what it's all about.
Well, boys, tonight's word of the hour is
shut up. Don't even get me started on Jonathan Coachman. God, I hate that. That is so annoying. Yeah, this hour's word is annoying. Jonathan Coachman is annoying. That's what it's going to be.
Word of the hour. Like, I'm surprised. I don't know if Corey has said something to him like, shut up, coach. I don't know if he said something to him about the word of the hour. So
that is the most annoying thing. All right. We got to see the debut of Sanity. They were going to go up against the Usos, but before the match even started, Sanity lay waste to the Usos, laying them out. Yep. Then we got to see the Bludgeon Brothers.
Brothers versus
Anderson.
brothers.
Two brothers going up against two brothers as fast as they can.
Two brothers?
It's just called Four Brothers. It's just
Four Brothers?
The Bludgeon Brothers end up getting the victory. Then we got to see a gauntlet match to determine who was going to be the number one contender.
Holy crap.
So a couple of
I watched some parts of the Big E, and then after I watched everything else, but I'm skip a little bit.
Yeah.
But holy fuck, Samoa Joe beat the hell out of Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, he did.
I don't know if Big E left anything on
not nearly to that degree.
Shit.
That was all Samoa Joe.
And then what was it where which match? Was it them where like Samoa Joe did something to Daniel Bryan? It looks like he almost hit his head or something.
I do not recall.
Damn it, I can't remember anything.
Sorry. But yeah, this was a gauntlet match. 5 participants. Last man standing in it was the number one contender. Daniel Bryan starts it off going up against Big E. And surprisingly, Daniel Bryan gets the win. I guess not so surprisingly because he's Daniel Bryan. That's why.
He's Daniel Bryan.
So Daniel Bryan defeats Big E, who then has to go up against Samoa Joe. And like Tyler said, holy crap, Samoa Joe beat the hell out of Daniel Bryan.
Was it like lately?
His chest looks like ground meat.
Yeah, he's been having that lately with a lot of matches.
I think it's that time off that he took. His skin got soft, and so he's having to re-toughen up. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, Daniel Bryan just he's done it again, showing what all he can do in the ring. And I'm so glad that he gets that opportunity. But after he defeated Samoa Joe via countout, the Bludgeon Brothers returned and beat down Daniel Bryan, where the Miz came out and then got a quick win over Daniel Bryan, eliminating him from the match, which then brought out Rusev. And these two guys had a really fun matchup. And Rusev ends up getting the win and becoming the new number one contender. So what are your thoughts on it being Rusev Day at Extreme Rules?
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought at the end. Okay, so I was going back and forth. And then I was like, okay, Miz Nature. I was like, no,
they're not gonna do that.
And then it hit me. I was like, Rusev, man. I was like, okay, this is interesting. Then my head was going like, okay, they're dropping the belt to Rusev.
Yeah,
but I think I could be wrong. I think they're gonna put on a good match.
You're wrong.
Damn, they're gonna put on a bad match.
You're wrong. It's gonna be a great match. But no, I think it's going to be a good matchup, and I'm looking forward to it. I didn't think it was going to go Miz, because as soon as I saw Miz get the cheap victory over Daniel Bryan, I'm like, okay, they're starting the feud. This is going to be Daniel Bryan versus the Miz. That's what we're going to get to see at Extreme Rules. You know, hopefully that's what we're building towards.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that Rusev is actually getting an opportunity. I think that's great.
We got Big Cass out of the way.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna do Miz and Daniel Bryan, which just should have been from the beginning.
Yeah.
See, this is what.
Well, you give them the good one right off the bat.
Here's the thing, man. There's a lot of good ones out there. They could have started a good one, then another good one, then another good one. You know, it's like
we'll get there.
Daniel Bryan Miz, Daniel Bryan Samoa Joe, Daniel Bryan Shinsuke Nakamura, Daniel Bryan AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Someone else.
Insert name here.
Andrade. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. Which we didn't get to see Andrade seeing Almas again.
He had maybe this is WWE.com, I don't know, but they had a thing talking about how Sin Cara wasn't there, and there's bashing on Sin Cara.
So it looks like Rusev is the new #1 contender to go up against AJ Styles. You know, the champion who is there. So that pretty much does it for SmackDown. So time to go into hot topics before we wrap up the show. Some sad news that broke earlier today, and that is that Vader has passed away. So it's kind of sad. He was 63 years old.
What was it, like a while back? Like, I mean, he knew he had heart problems, and then he knew he didn't have much. Yeah, and he still was wrestling and stuff. And then what was the deal where he was like,
he basically
Will
said
Ospreay and stuff, and like, oh, that shit he does is stupid. Then they had a match and stuff, and he kept on wrestling and just
I mean, he knew his time was limited, and so he was just going to do what he could. So, but I mean, that's a huge name to lose, and it's sad to see. I will
always remember him as a wrestler and always being on
Boy Meets World.
Boy Meets World.
Yeah, he was the dad for that for that one guy.
Yeah,
but so he will certainly missed by many fans. As it is time. It's Vader time. But time for All In news. This is what are you trying to do?
Nothing. All In news.
Yeah, All In news. That's right. It has been announced that All In will be broadcasted in some capacity. So they haven't gotten full details yet.
Well, that's good because they said they weren't going to do it.
Yeah, originally they said they weren't going to do it, but it looks like they might have a few people out there in the world who might want to watch this.
I'm telling you, all eyes are going to be on that event.
Yeah. So further details to follow, but if they can manage to get a pay-per-view or an internet pay-per-view, just something where they can broadcast it, I feel like it's going to be very successful. And in Hollywood news, The Rock has confirmed a sequel to Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle.
Welcome to the jungle.
Did you ever see that one?
No.
You didn't? It was actually pretty good.
I saw the original Jumanji.
Yeah. I saw that one as well. Yeah, he was not.
Another thing that we could talk about, I watched.
Okay.
Is Undercover Boss.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Oh my gosh.
How was that? Did everyone believe that was not Stephanie McMahon because she had a blonde wig on and glasses?
In a slight southern accent.
What?
Yes. Oh, it's so funny when they begin, like, Vince was like, you know, people know you. They've seen you. Like, so how are you going to do this? He goes, well, I'm going to have a blonde wig, and they're going to put makeup on me, and I'm going to have a southern accent.
Whoa. Because that's going to throw everybody off.
It is her voice with a slight, tiny bit southern accent.
That's sad.
No, man. Like, so I didn't quite understand it because with the company, they usually go to people that's employed by them.
Mm-hmm. But this thing is how everyone knows her.
Yes.
She's kind of a public figure.
So one of the guys that she went to he has his own like company. He's like a gymnast teaching little kids and stuff, but also he trains at the Performing Arts Center. That's the Performing Arts Center. Yeah.
The Center for Performing Arts.
That's not what I meant.
Performance Center?
Performance Center, dang it. So I did some research on this guy. He was a former Tough Enough contestant.
Really?
Yes.
That's cool.
So, you know, he was talking to her about all this stuff, and he wanted to become the first, you know, like gay WWE champion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. That was pretty cool. So I'm going to skip a little further to the end when she
revealed and everyone was shocked.
Yeah. So some of the things that she revealed, like she was going to give him stuff was, okay, you're going to be an ambassador. She gave him money, and there was something else. One thing she did not give him was a contract.
Well, shit. That's all he
wanted.
Or
a tryout.
That's the only reason he wanted to be on that show.
Also, he got to spend about like an hour or so talking to Kurt Angle.
Did he get to hang out with AJ Styles?
No. But that was weird. You know, he said that he wanted to become that and all that stuff, but she didn't give him that. Like, okay, we're going to give you a tryout, or, you know, like,
sorry, you can't get everything you want.
Oh, that's kind of weird.
Sorry, kid.
So the next person was a guy who was taking pictures and stuff.
I saw a clip of that where he was a photographer and trying to get pictures taken or something.
Yeah, so she was going to the event wherever, because he is he did some photography for WWE, like
kind of like freelance.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he was taking pictures of, like, he's
promotional photos.
2 NXT superstars that I've never seen before. And maybe
they train with the NXT folks.
Yeah, maybe people who are watching who watched it know who they are. I don't. So she was like, "Oh, they're gonna know who I am and stuff," and you know, no one knew who she was.
What a shock!
So, so she's taking pictures and stuff of the guys, and she's acting like she don't know anything. Like, they shouldn't be hitting each other. I don't want to get close taking pictures and stuff. And you know how they'll talk for a while, and then they'll go off and talk about, you know, their life and stuff. And
yeah,
what was it? Nate. He was
names aren't important here.
Yeah, well, he was in the Navy, and there's some things that that happened, and he lost part of his leg, so he has prosthetic, and he lost some of his fingers and stuff.
Dang.
Yeah, it was pretty sad, but he is very high spirited, and he's just, you know, he's appreciative of his life, and, you know, taking pictures and stuff, and he loves WWE. You know, that's
of course
when he was depressed for a while. You know, he just always watched WWE.
But he doesn't know who Stephanie McMahon is.
Yes. I think they all played dumb on this one. This one, and the third one.
It was probably Vince just go along with it.
Yeah. And in the third one, they went to, I don't know if it was a bar or some business, and it was like a small place, and this family was raising money for Connor's cure.
That's cool.
So that was pretty neat, because they would sell action figures and stuff like that, and just different things. And I don't know if they were signed or not. They may have been. Oh no, he had stuff that was signed. He had like AJ Styles gloves with, you know, signed. So they sold stuff, and I'm not trying to be a D-bag, but there's certain things they were selling. Like, here's this action figure. We're going to sell it for $500, and it didn't look like it was signed. And there's other things. And like, oh, this is $600. This is almost $1,000. It was just
no.
I'm like, that didn't seem real to me. I'm not. It may be, but I'm not trying to bash it.
No, if it's signed by someone, then sure, I'll buy into that.
I don't think everything was signed. I do not think everything was signed.
Yeah.
And that kind of seemed funky to me. And then later on, they met at the performance. Dang it, the performance center. The performance center.
Performance Center of Arts.
Yes, and so she got. Well, first of all, so the contestants. No, dang it.
Yes, it's a game show now.
Those people that were on the show.
Contestants.
Dang it. Oh, by the way, her cover story was that she was writing an article. For a website that she, you know, believe in wrestling and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah.
Sure.
So they were there, and so were like the people training at the performance center. And
if the feed cuts out, then we've lost electricity at my house. There's a storm going on right now.
Big Show was there, Jeff Hardy was there, Big Cass was there, and Mickey was there. Oh, by the way, the kid's name was Enzo. And he was wearing a certified G shirt. Yes.
That looks good on the company.
Well, I heard before they showed it that Enzo was supposed to be on it, but they cut him.
They had to cut him out because that's when the charges came out.
Yeah. So okay, so
we can't cut out this entire child. Just reshoot it. Just have him wear a different shirt.
So Stephanie,
his name is Enzo.
Yeah, Enzo. So Stephanie was walking around she's scared of the wrestlers and stuff, and Big Show was like, "Is Samantha there?" And they called her in the ring and stuff, and they're arguing. And
did Big Show go WrestleMania? Woo!
Yeah, no.
Hoist her on her shoulder
and was talking to Jeff Hardy, and Jeff was like, "Oh, she's scared. Why are you talking to her like that?" She turned around, and Big Show bumped into her, and then Stephanie took a bump,
and her wig fell off, and they're like, oh, "You're Stephanie McMahon."
No, that did not happen.
That's how it should have done. Yes, Noah, it is raining.
Yes, it is. And so, all the people were like, "Oh," well, and so she got up, and
I feel like I couldn't watch this episode because I'd be rolling my eyes too much.
No, my wife was trying to say, well, I think certain parts are real. I was like, no.
The
only thing I think that was, I don't know if it was kind of genuine, because you could tell when kids are, in my opinion, you could tell when they're faking and then when they're genuine and stuff. Whenever she took the wig off, and he looked actually surprised.
I can buy that part.
Did so
children are so innocent.
So
adults are assholes. If I walked in wearing a wig, would you think I was a different person? Let's be real. If I had on a fake nose,
that could be Daniel, but I don't think
it could be, or it could be Dave from West Virginia.
That's what West Virginia.
Well, hi there. I'm just here to talk about wrestling.
I swear, the way she talked, the way she laughed. Oh, that's Stephanie McMahon with a little tiny Southern twang.
You can't hide that chin.
Yeah, no. So,
all in all, a pretty passable episode of Undercover Boss.
Yeah, so they raised money and stuff for Connor's cure, and then so when she took the wig off, then later on she talked to him in the ring, and then the guy that was taking pictures.
He was
now works for WWE.
Whoa!
Which, okay, I don't know for sure, but he may have worked for WWE to begin with.
Whoa!
Have been, with how everything's going. I think they gave the kid and his family more money and stuff, and they also gave him more stuff to sell to help, I think.
Yay! And I bet they gave him a replica championship belt too.
No, they did not.
With his own custom plates.
No.
Dang, they give that to everybody else.
I've watched, certain shows, and I felt like maybe I fell for certain things with the Undercover Boss. This seems like, all right. But, reality shows are fake most of the time.
Yes.
But
scripted reality.
So I know with WWE, I'm the whole time, sitting back, I'm with a look on my face. I'm like, how can you tell me those people do not know that's Stephanie McMahon? Come on now.
I can tell you what it is right now. That was a show that was designed for people who do not watch wrestling, who have never heard of Stephanie McMahon before, who are like, you know what? She does some really cool things. I think I might check out that product. That's all that was.
I shouldn't have watched it.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, good stuff. So that episode of Undercover Boss, if you're a wrestling fan, don't watch it, because that's going to be a huge eye roll.
Pick it apart the whole time like I did.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, good stuff. Thank you for that, Tyler. Anything else you want to add to the show before we wrap things up?
Ooh, you saw that back there, right? That's lightning.
We'll go ahead and end the show before our power cuts out.
Because I need to get out of here.
Yeah, but we want to thank everyone for tuning in this week,
and Noah,
whether it be on Facebook or YouTube, and especially Noah.
And Noah.
If you have any questions for us, feel free to leave a comment on our YouTube channel, WNS Podcast, or WS Video, or our Facebook page, WNS Podcast. You can check us out on WrestlingNewsSource.com, WrestlingNewsSource.com on Facebook, where we do our shows now on Facebook Live. And you can also check us out on iTunes by searching Wrestling News Source Podcast, where you don't get the full effect, but you do get the audio.
Yeah. Cool. We're on Stitcher, Beyond Pod, Player.fm, and Satchel. Just search Wrestling News Source Podcast.
And before I do the Twitter, I do want to say that we do still have WNS Podcast t-shirts available for sale. That is not one of them. I don't know why you tried to pimp that one out. But you can just go to our Facebook page, WNS Podcast, and and you can see a link to or actually there's a shop now button, and you can just click that and it'll take you to our little store, so you can buy all kinds of shirts if you're interested in purchasing one.
Not this shirt.
Not that shirt, but we do have some available. We even have we have our traditional white mask, which is, you know, the good stuff. That's the traditional one. We have a pink one that we usually do for October for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. This month we have a special rainbow one for Pride Month. So if you have anyone who is interested in purchasing any of those shirts, you are more than welcome to purchase them. No hassle. If money's a little tight, you don't have to worry about it. You know, doesn't bother us, and we appreciate everyone who tuned in this week. So you can also follow us on Twitter at WNS Podcast. You can follow me on Twitter at WNS_Dano. You can follow Tyler at Tyler_Abear.
Also, send a friend request to Noah Perriman.
Noah Perriman. He wants a Coke, a medium Coke from Sonic.
Yeah.
So feel free to bring him one. I'm sure he would appreciate it. For the podcast crew, I am Dano Heron.
I'm Tyler Abear.
And we will catch you all next week. Have a good one as we end the videos.
One?
Yeah, we got here's the rambling part at the end.
Yeah.
Because we've got to end it
on
5 or 6 different places. And yeah.
Bye.